Alright guys, so I try to make some more room so I have a good visibility. So now I'm gonna go ahead go ahead and replace those headlights. But for Volkswagen, at least for Mark 6 and I believe Mark 7s, you kind of have to take the bumper off to get clearance, because part of the headlight is behind the front bumper, and then another part of it, like you see right here, is behind this grill. So my first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and jack this thing up, because when I get the bumper off, I need to get the screws behind the wheel well, or the inner fender liner, and also get the screws under the bumper. And after that, when we get that loose, should have all the clearance we need for the headlights. All right, so I'll go ahead and jacked it up. I'm about to lower it on these ramps, but like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and get the screws. Let's see if I can show you. What's kind of weird about this camera, this is a far, so I can zoom it, to believe it or not. So there's a series of screws. There's going to be one that's going upwards, that's connected from this bumper to the fender, and then there's going to be like one, I believe it's 3 screws going down, and then there's going to be a series of screws under the car that goes all the way across, and then the last set of screws we're going to get is usually going to be here for this grill. It's going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and I believe these are T30s. I had to verify just to let you guys know, so I'll tell you the type of screws. I think back there should be on end under the car should be like T25s, and I think these are T40s. I'm gonna go ahead and verify for you guys, and then I'll move on to the next step. Okay, so get to understand, so these suckers are T30s. So in reality, all I need is to take one. Matter of fact, let me show you to another side. I have more clearance. So it should be 1, 2, and I don't know if you can see it right there. I think that's 3. Like here, I know this should be like one. There's I think at least one of them is going to be behind this grill when we remove it, and then these right here are 25s. So these are 25s for the grill, and then all around for the bumper is going to be 25. So once you have those two, that should be enough. Use, you know, a ratchet or a little power gun, whatever you have. Just take it easy. I recommend when you install them, when you put them back, I'll say hand tie them. They're plastic, you don't want to break anything. Or if you're going to use a gun or any ratchet or something like that, just pulse it. You know, it's a lot of torque and it doesn't need that much for a plastic. So I got 2 more that's holding the bumper. That small screw, not that large one, that small one right here. And that last one, that one. And that should be the only thing left. And then we can remove the bumper to have full clearance of the headlight. Okay guys, remember what I said when you gotta be careful when you remove the bumper. Sometimes there might be like a little resistance or something like that. There was. The right there, right I was looking at is the fog light. So when I was wiggling, I was wondering there was a resistance. I was wondering why. I realized I forgot to disconnect the fog light along with the marker light. So like I said, don't rush it. Don't force anything. Remember, it's plastic, it will break. Take it easy. You might discover or might even forget the simple things that, you know, that could you know, reduce any headaches. So I got both of them off. So right now the car is without a bumper. Nice. So next step, we're going ahead and remove these headlights and go ahead and put a new one on. So before I even start screwing anything off, just from learning from this, I'm just gonna go ahead and disconnect anything that, you know, any connectors or anything, just in case. So when I get it screwed off, it should just fall right out. Okay guys, so just you can see I took the headlight off. When you remove it, you gotta be careful. There are gonna be like 2 little tabs, or it's gonna be one here. Let's see if we can see it. This little plastic right here, don't break it. It's not like important, but it helps, you know, it guides the headlight in the right position. So there's gonna be one here, and then there's gonna be one here. So they go into these holes. Let's see if I can show you to you. So it's gonna be into this one and that one. So the new headlights have the exact same thing, so it should be perfect. Okay. Before I go ahead and replace the headlights, there are gonna be 2 bulbs that I'm gonna reuse. I'm just gonna use the indicator bulb right here, and this one's I'm gonna put it in for this part for that indicator, and then I believe I should take this bulb, which is like a low beam, I believe. I forgot what type of bulb it is. I'll come back to you with that part, but the last time I checked, it's supposed to get this bulb out and put it in this one. Okay, so this is the halogen indicator bulb. So this is from my old headlight assembly. So I'm going to take that off and install it for here, with this one. So this will fit the indicator. I already took out this bulb and this bulb. I had to take it off of this bracket or whatever this is. So I have to remove this, take this part off. And when I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and install it on this. Then pretty much twist that sucker in there, and that should be it. All right, so I went ahead and took them off. For the indicator, this little tab right here, you just squeeze it and pull. Let me show you. So this is pretty much identical to that one, just, you know, it's black. And you squeeze this tab right here, and then if you use your other hand and hold these right here and just pull it, and it shouldn't give you any problem, any resistance. It is easy, really easy. I'll recommend you wear like a glove, something that keeps your, like, try not to have your skin to touch it. It will what I understand, that will damage the bulb. At least it will blow out prematurely. So just like I said, wear some gloves, and you can go ahead and you can touch the bulbs. For this one, I have an extra one of the bulb over here, but pretty much this one is a little bit similar. Nothing to really like press down or anything. Just gotta hold the casing right here, and then use your other hand, one with a glove, because you, like I said, you don't want your skin to touch the bulb, and you just like wiggle it, like just slowly pull and wiggle it. You're gonna massage all the way through until you get it out. And once you get it out, pretty much straightforward here. Once you plug that, when you plug that in, it should be fine. So when you install it, installing it should be straightforward. Once you put it in the bulb, put the bulb in, and you twist it, it's supposed to lock and secure. Now I'll do for both, and then we're gonna test the lights before we install it. So pretty much that's how it looks with the LED conversion. And like I said, on the other side, on the driver's side, that will be just how the halogen one looks. So I'm really excited about this. It looks really nice so far. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up pretty much for the headlights. Like I said, took all the screws out. Most likely there's gonna be T30s, the bumpers, and the grill is T25s. Take those suckers apart and take your time. Like I said, it's plastic, and if you go too rough, go too hard, you might break something, so you don't want that. But in general, so far so good. I'm gonna go ahead and finish it up, and then I'm gonna show you how it looks post build. I do want to emphasize something though. I don't know if you can see it. I'm about to get a light so you have a good view of what I'm talking about. So right there, oh, it's too much light, but I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can't see with that one. So right there, that's the tab I'm talking about when you insert the new one. This one is a bit tight, so there's not much wiggle room, so I had to be careful while I'm installing it and got it in the right spot, because if you force it in too much, you'll break it. Like I said, it's not important because you have other bolts and screws and stuff to hold it down, but it does help you. It does help guide it properly so it looks as flush as possible. So like I said, once you're done, make sure everything is connected. Go ahead, screw everything back. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, and last, let me see if I can see it right there where that hole is. That'll be 5. Right? Yeah, well, I'm wrong. Not that one, but that one down there. That screw, my bad, fellas. That screw you definitely need to get. So those are all T30s. So like I said, torque them like, you know, not torque them like tight, but just, you know, just do a little pulse if you got an electric gun or something. If you use a ratchet, just all it needs is a hand tight. Don't need to muscle through this one. Like I said, all this is all plastic. You're not proving anything. It's not gonna fall off if you torque it just a little bit. So just take it easy and make everything flush and clean, and I'll see you in post build. So so far so good. It looks really good. I test both lights. It worked very well. I noticed something. When I was installing, I couldn't get this side of the trim lined up. And so, like I said, this is plastic, so I advise you guys, take your time, figure out what's wrong. Because if you force anything, it will break. And when it breaks, sometimes it can't go back. Meaning, even if you try to put it together with a broken part, it might not look clean as it used to be. Point is, there are 2 guides right here. This one and this one. So these 2 guides here goes over, and then you have these that goes under where the plastic is. So I want, you know, just letting you guys know, when you put it together, try to get the bumper under these little guides. I don't know what exactly they are, but once you put those suckers in, you should be fine. And then everything else should fit perfectly fine. Once I did that, this side was lined up good, and the same thing on the other side, line up pretty good, so the car looks perfect. So now I'm gonna go ahead, tighten up all the areas where I loosened before, and then I'll show it to you guys outside, maybe get a better view. It is getting dark real quick, so you might not see better, but I will show some photos, or like show it to you during the day in another video.